What do you get when you put a group of fanboys in a room with a mic? From video games, comics, and movies to uncensored social commentary, nothing is off limits. With your hosts, Pistol Pete Jr., The Blue Guy, Chuck Ditch, G-Roll, and Player 2. This is The Real Press Start. So sit down, load up, log in, and press start.
Welcome to the Peter and Al podcast.
Oh, yes, we are back once again. It is time for you to get them headphones in and whip them Peter's out, because it is the Petering Out podcast with your hosts, Pistol Pete Jr., Chub Didge, and the infamous Jeezy Weezy, a.k.a. Captain Fatbeard.
All right.
That's a good one. And special guest returning for the second time.
Dustin.
Woo!
What was the name of that guy?
Dusty Bottoms.
Dusty Bottoms.
Yeah, what the fuck is that thing? Three Amigos reference. So there was a video out there. Let me pull the story up real quick. It got pulled down. It was released by
It was released by one Tom Holland.
But yeah. It was like Latin American news, Latino America team.
Telemundo?
Basically. What it seems like is maybe they got a little carried away with some of their stuff. It's because it was an official Sony release, but it was because they put embargoes on when like certain things can be released, and what it seems like is this news team got a little overzealous. Yeah,
It was supposed to be released next year. This time, and
yeah.
this year.
So, what the video was, it was a Sony video, basically teasing a live-action Spider-Verse.
Uh-huh.
And so the way the video is described, it's a trailer for the new Spider-Man movie or it's clips of the new of what they've already filmed in the new Spider-Man movie, tied in with clips of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man or the Tobey Maguire.
I thought they'd been saying that they're going to do a Spider-Verse.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, that didn't sound when I said it. Like,
I thought they
didn't sound right.
I thought they'd been talking about a Spider-Verse.
They haven't confirmed anything.
Yeah,
it's all been.
It's all rumors.
Everybody's been saying Tobey Maguire's coming back as Spider-Man.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield. So, but it is interspliced with. It's basically a video of them web swinging. It's Tom Holland, and he swings up and he does that classic Spider-Man pose
with his butthole.
and then all of a sudden,
his butthole showing.
and then they cut and it's Andrew Garfield.
Classic.
And then they cut and it's Tobey Maguire, and all three of them doing the same thing. So
How?
You gotta throw the in there. Or it's not Spider-Man.
Do you audition to be the next Spider-Man too, or what?
Oh, I'm the fat Peter Parker.
You're Peter Parker.
Peter B. Parker.
Peter B. Parker, yeah. But yeah, so and it got pulled down immediately by Sony, but it was up long enough for people to see it and comment on it, but apparently not long enough for anyone to. No one else has a video, so it hasn't been put up on any other sites.
That's rare.
Very rare. I think it was only up for like maybe 10 minutes, and that was yeah. So that's pretty trippy. But then on the heels of that, Sony went ahead and announced that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are signed for a movie.
So a week or two ago, I heard that Tobey Maguire. It was rumored, obviously, that Tobey Maguire was being signed on for 2 appearances, and Andrew Garfield was for 1.
Okay, see, I didn't get that information.
Yeah,
but Sony has confirmed that they are signed on to do something.
Cool.
They're not saying Spider-Man, but there's like something.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously
it's obviously Spider-Man.
No, they're gonna show up in the new Batman movie. Sony's spearheading that now.
Yeah. With Warner Brothers fucking everything up right now, shit. Sony can't do much of a worse job.
We're finally getting that crossover. It's not the one you wanted.
Last week I talked. Did you hear about the bug in Miles Morales, where you could become inanimate objects and just web swing as a dumpster?
No.
So you basically like like the way Gabriel said it was like prop hunt. You know how you can change, like you just become a random item in the room.
Yeah.
So you basically Miles becomes a random item from around New York.
Does he do what Mario does? He just takes off his mask and throws it as an item, and then he becomes it.
But so some of the my favorite video was literally it was just a dumpster. You know, like the big the one that the semi truck.
The ones that you pull out, right?
Yeah. It was not the foot one, like the one the big like where you actually need the forklift to come and lift it and dump it into the truck.
Yeah.
Like
Because don't you use that to like solve like puzzles and
yeah. Okay,
you pull
that's
those
what
out.
one of those ones.
Yeah.
And this is that web swinging through New York. So
ridiculous. I love it.
The directors of the Spider-Verse movie, the animated version, is saying that is definitely going into the next movie.
Oh my god!
So there's gonna be a random item.
You said the animated one?
The animated, yeah.
It's gonna be a dream sequence where he's just imagining himself as a dumpster.
But yeah, they caught wind of it, and so yeah, they're saying it's definitely going into the next movie, which I think is awesome.
That is funny.
What is going on? I think they're having a party next door.
Yup.
I'm sure that's big. You know, see, because that's just low enough that it's picking up.
Yes, but it's not loud enough to not pick up.
That's the thing we trip out because like you know, obviously we're recording off the phone, and we talk about this all the time. It's like we'll have planes going over, and you won't like it, to us. It's like but it doesn't pick up on the mic. But one of us farts, and you hear every little.
Every little flap.
You hear every little cheek clap.
It was like right before the 4th of July, a firework. Like it, I swear, it felt like we exploded because it was just like you felt the shock.
Yeah, it was like an M80. Well, like it felt like it at least.
Yeah,
You
it
think
was
they
like
picked up at all?
like you heard it, but it was very muffled and very just like it was on the recording. It was. Pah! And the way we recorded, the way we reacted, was, oh shit! Ah!
Yeah, like Jesus Christ!
What the fuck was that? all it was.
That's funny.
Remember that video I sent you the other day?
Oh god, that one was fucking brutal.
You send it to me?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
it was a guy got caught up
He
in
got sucked into
some machinery.
And he just got turned into bits in a matter of
He just got
seconds.
spun to death, basically.
Oh, he
yeah.
died.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's like because he.
No, he was alright.
They sewed them back together. They
Like, it looks like at one point you see his leg, like, going, and it's just squirting out blood.
Yeah, there's just
Oh
blood
my
spraying.
god.
No, to me, because like I said,
Or it was just
I
like
had to watch it.
pants.
I had to watch it.
I watched it a shitload.
I watched it like
but
3 or 4 times. After like the 4th watch, I was like, okay, I saw every detail. I don't need to watch this anymore.
There's pictures of the aftermath, too. I haven't seen the
Oh.
pictures. But I hear there's just, like, his pile of his skin right there, and then, like, his hand is still, like...
Gripping the.
Yeah,
God.
like, on the thing.
Because like he gets stuck. Like you see him get stuck, and like he's struggling to get away, and then all of a sudden, like he doesn't get sucked in, like bent over. He goes backward, like where he folds backwards in half into it, and then it just
Oh my
starts
God.
spinning.
Yeah, crazy
That's
fast.
even worse.
Yeah, and then as it's spinning, like it starts spraying blood, and then like you just start his leg, his arm, like just starts flying off.
Bits,
Yeah.
bits of him
something
flying.
straight out of Final Destination.
And then you see
Yeah,
one
sounds
of his coworkers come running to turn off the machine.
Yeah, he
and he's
turns
like,
off the machine. He's just
Yeah,
like
he's like fucking like about to faint from.
yeah, like
Insane.
that. Because like I said, I watched it the first time. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. And then I watched it, like I turned it off, and then like I was like I looked at it again for whatever reason. And, like I watched it again, like to see really what happened. It's like fuck. I watched it the 3rd time, and then like that's when I realized. That's when I watched it all. Because after he starts falling apart, I was like I turned it off. And then like I watched it the 4th time all the way through, and seeing everyone react to it, it was like fuck. Because like people are just like.
When you see the coworkers, like
They're all just walking. They're all running in to see what's going on, but at the same time, they're all like, "Oh shit!" Like they're just so.
Distraught.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, once
brutal.
you see something like that, would you still work there, or would you be like, "Hey, this is my last day, man"?
yeah, I would. It would be hard to.
It would be hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine you can go like it's definitely never gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Every time you come to work, you see that machine.
See that? Yeah. Well, see, that's what.
Yeah,
I
you're
think.
gonna
Yeah,
wanna
you're
stay
like that
away from it.
motherfucker
That's
killed a
it.
guy.
It's been 2 years, 5 months, 30,
Since our
46
last
days.
incident. Yeah.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying because like when I was a mechanic, or even in the army, or when I was a mechanic, like working in a shop, like you think about shit like that all the time. Like, you see the machinery, and you see all the warning signs, and you've seen all the fucking safety videos, and all the shit that could go wrong. But, like, you don't think, it's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen. How often
You don't imagine it in that way, at least.
Exactly.
You think, like, oh, you lose a finger, you lose maybe a hand or something.
Yeah.
But
I saw one too that was like at a carpet company, and they were like rolling the carpet through, and the guy gets stuck in, and it's not spinning at that high speed where it's gonna rip him to shreds.
Yeah.
But he was on that shit for like, the video was like 7 minutes long,
Uh-huh.
and he was on it for like every bit of 7 minutes, where his
Just-
legs are just slamming into the concrete.
I think I've seen that one too. Yeah.
Geesh, geesh, just his legs are just languining.
But see, think about this now too. Okay, so like that video, like you just said about the carpet roller, the one that we watched with that guy, and we've all seen that one with the guy in the car wash.
That one's fun.
That one's fucking hilarious.
That one's fun
Yeah.
because
Have
he
you
just
seen
gets
that one?
off.
There's a guy, like, he's power
'cause
washing
you see
the
him
car
get
wash.
off and he's just a little dizzy, like he's fine.
It was apparently it was his first day at the job, and like they're cleaning the inside of the drive-in car washes.
Yeah.
He's cleaning one of those.
He's
with
an
the power
idiot.
washer. Yeah, he's dumb. And I guess
Gets the
the hose gets
wrapped.
wrapped up in the brush, and it wraps around him, and he gets stuck, and he's like arms and legs out, spinning on the brush, and it's hilarious. And
Yeah,
I
they
know,
turn it off and then he gets off and he's
He's
like
all
kind of
dizzy.
dizzy, like.
Oh my god.
and in that moment when he's getting because like you see him struggle
Yeah,
at
he's probably
first.
fearing for his life.
Yeah, in that moment he's like, this is how I die. Because you see him fight, and all of a sudden he just gives up, and his legs are just like. And it's like, yeah, that's like this, in his head. He's like, okay, I'm gonna die right now in the car wash. First time. And they say they hit the emergency stop, I guess. And he just stumbles. That video's hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's somebody fucking up around high speed machinery, and it's just the two extremes of the fucking thing. My closest call. It wasn't with me. I witnessed it though. Was when I was in the army. Someone dropped the fire extinguisher off a table, and the top of the fire extinguisher sheared off. Somehow, like it hit and it just broke, and it just launched, and it didn't just hit something and stop. It ricocheted around the shop, where it was leaving dents, fucking massive dents in everything it hit, and I watched it come behind. Like one of the other sergeants, he's sitting at the table and like he's ducking like this. And I'm looking right at him, and I'm seeing the fire extinguisher just go rocketing towards the back of his head, and so it's like you're screaming like move, and it's just and it goes right by the side of his head, just
Dude's lucky to be alive.
yeah. There was another guy with fire extinguishers and batteries were the two things that always scared me in as a mechanic. In the armored personnel carriers that we used to work on. They have on the interior. They have a fire extinguisher system. So if there's a fire, you pull this thing, and there's 8 fire extinguishers inside of it. They're all pressurized. So you pull this lever, and it just releases all 8 at once. So it puts the retardant into the cabin.
Don't call me that.
When you replace those, you're supposed to depressurize them.
Uh-huh.
And every once in a while, it's very very rare that one of them is clogged, so it doesn't depressurize.
And it just blows up.
So when you're unscrewing it, the second it gets that last thread, all that pressure gets released.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine was unscrewing it, and it depressurized right into his face. Like they just literally rocketed into his face.
Jeez.
This whole part of his face had to be reconstructed. He's got a titanium plate in his forehead here, and like I think they had to build him. They had to build his nose from scratch, basically.
And he's still
my
collecting those checks.
Yeah. I mean, luckily he was ugly before.
Does he get some sort of payout?
Oh yeah, he gets.
it's not much of a step down.
Yeah. The scars help now.
Makes him look more badass.
Does it gives him an excuse for his horrific looks?
It's like that Cheech and Chong thing. You gave the scars to give other actors a chance, but they only make you more handsome. How do we get on this? I don't know.
Oh, that safety workplace.
Yeah, the safety workplace thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, you see that one where that guy was just walking down the street with like his wife, and this tire just hits him at like 80 miles an hour, just the tire.
God damn, no.
Yeah.
Fucks
Just
him
hit
up.
him right in the back of the head, and he goes like blink right into the cement.
Ugh.
He's dead. Like he's. There's
Have you seen the rebound one?
I saw the one where there's like the two people standing outside the shop. The tire just comes from like down the road at like 80 miles an hour. Just
it hits him right in the back. I think it might be. Oh no.
No, the one I saw recently, it's like this lady. She's walking by a bus stop, and she sees the tire come at her, so she moves. It hits the bus stop. And
There's one where
where
there's a guy on a motorcycle. He's in a tunnel, and then there's a loose tire, and it hits him off his bike, and he's like fucking like staggering to get up, and the tire's still going. It goes like to the end of the tunnel, and then it starts coming back.
Oh no!
And then it hits him again because
okay.
he still hasn't recovered from the first one.
Does it take out his leg?
But
the
it
second
like
time?
goes in between like all these cars,
Yeah.
and somehow just still hits him a second time.
Had it out for him.
Have you guys? Okay, like this is an old bit, like, but do you guys remember Dane Cook?
Yeah.
He had a bit where it was like he was talking about it was a race where a tire went, like he was watching a video. There's a tire that goes loose and hits this lady in the crowd, and he goes,
Oh,
I watched it in slow motion. And the lady, she puts her hand up like she's gonna stop it. He was like, "Did you hear what happened to Susan? Like, what happened to Susan? She got hit by a tire. How did she get by her? No, this tire looked for her. It went after her. This tire just came at her." And that's what, because like you said, it just went around. So that's how this one, for that lady, it was coming right at her, and she moves, and she's still walking. So she's like, "Okay, I dodged that tire. I'm good." And it hits a bus stop, and then just bounces once, and then comes back and just like, "Nope, I'm getting you, lady."
It's crazy.
And Google's gonna Google heard me say that's what's gonna remember Dane Cook's. I have some upsetting news for you guys.
What?
So I know
Oscar Isaacs is playing Solid Snake.
that wasn't the upsetting news, but well, okay.
He's
Is that
got
how we
the
segue into that
I
story?
guess that's how we're segueing into that story.
He's got like the face shape for it.
Yeah, he's got.
But that's about it.
Yeah, he kind of looks like it, but he kind of looks like a more Middle Eastern. Like he kind of looks Middle Eastern with his beard. The one that they showed in there's a picture on IGN that they showed, and he is like all full beard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he looks almost Middle Eastern. It kind of looks off.
Yeah,
But
I can kind of see
That's
it.
him. That's him, like out of outfit, right? It's
Yeah.
just
I think
him,
that.
like,
Yeah, I think that's
casually
just how.
with
That's
the-
his preferred
Yeah,
choice.
So, yeah, I
look
saw
when he's-
that look that you're talking about, but then I saw like a
The one where he's in a
conceptual
tuxedo,
design where
or-
it looks like he's wearing the bandana and he's got like the beard and stuff. I was like, okay, I can see it. It
Yeah.
actually looks pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
like-
see the look. I think his his
He's
voice,
small.
he's a little more like he has a little more boyish voice.
Yeah.
And he's very
And
small.
then, yeah, he's.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Snake
I don't know how
needs
small he is in
fucking
comparison to other people.
He
that
needs years-
cigarette
the years
fucking
of
grumble.
cigarette
Yeah,
smoking. Yeah.
his voice. Like Keanu. Keanu's voice is perfect for it, but he's old now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his voice is like perfect for Snake,
Yeah, Keanu would be a good choice.
especially now. Like his John Wick voice is like perfect for
Yeah.
Snake.
Well, the biggest issue, I mean, it's just going to be like, how do you replace David Hayter?
That-
David Hayter's
that's-
voice. That's the iconic
that's
Snake
the- yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
Like, no
Like
matter who you choose, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, that's why. That's why there was such an uproar with Kiefer Sutherland.
They're gonna
Yeah.
do a Mandalorian type situation where it's just Oscar Isaac as the.
You know what? I'd
As
be
the
okay.
stand-in.
I'd be okay with that if they still had David Hayter do the voice.
They got to
smells
lip sync
everything.
it.
They kind of do that already, though. They lip.
I mean, yeah,
sync
they dubbed a lot of stuff, or like, I hate when it's obvious. So when they do like the wide shot of somebody and the person's clearly not talking, but you still hear, yeah, it's over there.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that.
No, what they're going to do is
That would be weird.
they're gonna pull the dialogue straight from the game. It's just going to be David Hayter's recording, and they're just going to shove that in the movie. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, okay, so really quick, just to get off of this, so the rumors of the Metal Gear remake are pretty strong at the moment. So, because
Talking about the game, right?
I'm sorry, the game. Yeah. So Blue Point has already redone. They're the ones that did the HD collection for Metal Gear.
Demon Souls.
They just did Demon Souls. So
This is a fantastic fucking game.
there is the rumor
Yeah, would you rate it now?
that someone that went in to go look at Demon Souls
I give it a
said
high
that Blue Point's working on two other games. They're both PS1 classics.
maybe 8.
But they're not revealing.
They're
what
not
it is,
revealing.
like a 9.
But the rumor is that it's Metal Gear and Silent Hill.
which is the two that everybody's
Yes.
talking about right now. Yeah.
David, someone reached out to David Hayter. David Hayter says, I don't know. They haven't reached out to me.
I saw that.
But if they do, I'm available.
I would love to be a part of it. Yeah, I remember.
They're like, we have all the audio already. What do we need?
Yeah, I mean, they do really, but I mean, they'd have to pay him still for it.
Yeah.
He'd get some kind of residuals off of it.
Yeah.
So his voices.
Residuals.
Did
The check hasn't cleared yet, guys.
what company did Samuel L. Jackson's voice without using his without using him at all?
Oh my god.
They it was like a Siri or something like a Amazon Alexa, but it was Samuel L. Jackson's voice, and they said that they didn't have to use Samuel L. Jackson at all. They just completely emulated his voice.
Oh wow! They just took like samples of like everything he's done, and they just recreated like.
Was it Waze?
Like Tupac.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it might have been Waze.
Was it? Yeah, and they said they didn't use him at all, and then I don't think they had to pay him. I don't know.
No, I think they still paid him. They still had to pay him.
Oh, okay.
But
Probably not as
using
much.
his likeness. Yeah.
You probably don't have to pay him as much because it's not hourly. You have to pay hourly.
Yeah, it's probably just like
well, you know
It's
where all
just the rights.
Yeah.
Thing,
where, you know where all that comes from? Why they like even your likeness or your voice? Why they have to pay you for that?
Huh.
Because of Back to the Future 2.
Why?
Crispin Glover isn't in Back to the Future 2.
Did you hear that they're remaking Back to the Future movie?
No.
And they're refilming at Haunted Hills?
What?
Really?
Apparently they were refilming at Haunted Hills a couple weeks ago.
And Tom Holland is
no
going to
way.
be Marty McFly. Just kidding.
I could, you know what? If it was, I could see him being Marty McFly. I did not know that.
That's cool.
That's cool. I mean, they're using the original.
That's the only
plot.
reason why What the Hills hasn't closed down.
That's the only reason.
As soon as they're done filming it, they're just going to knock that shit down. Alright, we're done with this.
If you ever go to that mall, they actually do have the Twin Pines sign inside the mall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I always tell everyone that's my mall. I had 7 jobs in that mall.
And he lost all. And I got
I
fired.
got fired from all of them. Actually, no. I
kidding.
quit my last 3 there.
Because
Whatever helps you sleep.
Because I was about to get fired.
I even worked in the AMC there for 2 weeks.
You're 3 for 4 in front of me.
But to get back to this Oscar Isaac thing, man. Again, like I said, I think looks wise, I think he's a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
He can pull it off.
He's kind of small. They're going to have to give him like a muscle suit.
Or
Or he's going to have to get on that Spartan diet. Or that 300.
The 300 workout where they CGI him.
Yeah.
Airbrush and the workout and airbrush.
Or like how Will Smith is in Aladdin.
Oh yeah,
He looks like Brock Lesnar. Like has the body of Brock Lesnar. I was like, when the fuck did Will Smith
It's
get
so
this big?
yeah.
It's not his body.
Have you
And
seen
then
that-
my mom's she's like, yeah, like Genie's buff though. And I was like, yeah, he is pretty fucking.
Genie's
big.
gotta be huge.
Yeah, he is pretty huge. They should have just got The Rock to play the Genie.
I think The Rock should play Vulcan Raven. I think.
Who?
They all they would.
I don't want another mummy situation.
No,
No,
well,
he's
no.
not.
But The Rock, they
That was
wouldn't have
his
the CGI for that.
that
Like
was
The
his
Rock
first
is
role.
as big as Vulcan Raven now.
Right, but like the acting.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's gotten
true.
better since
He's gotten
then.
better though. Yeah,
That was
Vulcan
his
Raven's
first.
like a really serious character.
That was like his first.
But see, but
role.
I think if they tweaked Vulcan Raven's, because Vulcan Raven, he was like a shaman,
Yeah.
a Native American shaman.
Correct.
They could just make him a
A Samoan
Pacific,
shaman?
like a Pacific Islander kind of medicine man kind of thing. Where
Or he could still just be a Native American shaman.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
he could be.
Passes-
I think The Rock could
passes
pull off
Native
Vulcan
American.
Raven.
Let's give him Mohawk.
It's just like to me, the casting on that is going to be.
I'm really interested to see where they're gonna go. But I've been hearing some like really great like ideas of like the fan page that we're a part of on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
People have been posting like different pictures of actors being like, oh, this person would be really good.
Yeah.
One that I saw. I mean, obviously this is far in the future because I'm assuming the movie that they're gonna do is gonna be like the original Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, Shadow Moses. I'm hoping
If they
at least.
continue that, like if it's successful, they do a good job, and they continue it, they move on to Metal Gear Solid 3. Kate Blanchett for the
Blanchett,
boss. I saw that, and I was like, ooh, that looks good.
I think she'd be good, but the other one I think would be good is Robin Wright.
Which one's Robin Wright?
Robin Wright is Buttercup from Princess Bride.
Uma Thurman, but she's too old.
She's also one of the generals in Wonder Woman.
Okay.
The general that trains her.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
one
that would
shows-
work too.
Yeah,
She
but
always
I
gave
think
me Uma vibes. but
yeah,
Sure.
Uma's
yeah,
too old now.
no, not really, because the boss is older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, she can pull off the boss.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
That's a good. Yeah, you know what? I always thought that too. Uma Thurman kind of
Especially because Kill Bill.
kills the Kill Bill.
What movie
Kill
you
Bill
thinking
came
about?
out that time.
Huh?
What movie are you talking about now?
If we move on, like, if this, because we're hoping this is Shadow Moses at least.
Oh, okay.
So if they end up making Metal Gear 3 for the boss.
I mean, hell, for all we know, he might be doing Metal Gear 2, Zanzibar Land.
Oh shit!
For all we know, like, we don't know what direction he's going with it.
Yeah. The one thing that's given, because like again, like I was telling you earlier, like
Do you think Kojima's going to be backing it, or is he
Kojima.
gonna-
So he gave like his blessing to
The-
Jordan Vogt Roberts.
Yeah,
the director?
the director.
He gave him his blessing to proceed with the thing. I think at the bare minimum, like at the very least, he's going to be like a consultant.
Yeah,
on,
like hey,
on
what
the
do you,
project.
Yeah,
You know, Vogt Roberts is going to be like, hey, you know, what do you think I should do for this? Blah
Yeah.
blah. And also, like, Kojima is like such a huge cinematography buff.
yes. That's why all his games are based off of movies.
Absolutely.
Everything.
So he's going to be like, you know, this scene, how should I shoot this scene? And
Yeah.
Kojima's going to give like advice on it.
Yeah,
I
and then-
think is what's going to happen.
Yeah, and the director himself is a huge Metal Gear fan as well. So that's what gives me hope.
He's a friend of Kojima's and he's a huge Metal Gear fan.
Yeah.
So that same thing, I think, gives me hope. Yeah.
My fear.
They always say that though. Like every time somebody comes on to do
Oh yeah, they're like,
a
oh,
comic
such a
book,
big
yeah,
fan.
I
It's
was
like,
just it's
Yeah.
that every fucking time.
I read the synopsis like a year ago. I'm a big fan.
But to be fair, the stuff this guy's
Big fan of
shared.
what I've read. How much have you read? Yeah, you know, a few pages.
Yeah. I directed King Kong, and Kojima said he's a fan. Suddenly, I'm a huge Kojima fan.
But no, I mean
For
the
the
stuff
quick
this guy
notes.
shared, like he's shared some deep cuts, and he's actually been like deep cuts. Like, wow, remember it was like maybe a year ago or two. It was around the time we first met that he released a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of artwork, concept art and stuff.
That was actually more recently than that.
Was it really?
It was super recently. I want to say that was like back in. I want to say that was earlier this year.
Well, see, to be fair, this year has really fucked up my timeline. Like
It really has. I think that was earlier this year when he went on Twitter for the 33rd anniversary or something like that.
yeah.
Metal Gear 33 or whatever, and he
Yeah.
released all that concept art that looked so good.
Yes. And
Yeah,
it was all done in the same style
Mhm.
of the Metal Gear artwork from the games. So,
it looked really good.
yeah.
And everyone thought it was like, oh man, we're moving forward. But I think like if you look at like the characters that are represented in that artwork, it spans over the entire series.
It does,
You know, it's
yeah.
it's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
It's Zanzibar Land. It's all of those. So
Yeah.
It wasn't specifically like, oh, this is the concept work that he's using for the movie.
Yeah.
No, it was just like a collection that he had that he wanted to share.
I'm curious if they do it in the if they do it in the timeline of the game, it's gonna be confusing as fuck.
But that would be like the true way.
That
to,
would be
like,
the true way to do it.
to follow it, to do the adaptation.
But I think if they do it,
They do have a very convoluted timeline. They would have to simplify it. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely the first one. You need to get people in
yeah,
and be on
And that-
board.
yeah, and that's
But the
thing.
first one has such a great story,
It
and
does.
it actually is relatively easy to follow.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a great story. It's easy to follow. It's pretty
It's-
straightforward.
It's like more myopic. It's like not a grand scheme. It's like this is
Yeah,
the mission. Do the mission.
do this
It's
mission.
got a
and
great
then you
twist,
find
too.
out more.
It's not until the end that you
yeah.
start
That
opening
you
things
see
up.
the bigger picture. Yeah.
Yeah. See, because if they turn into
Full conspiracy and
did
everything.
you ever
Yeah.
see the Assassin's Creed movie?
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, it's got fucking Michael Fassbender.
Oh yeah.
He's,
I heard it's pretty good.
it's a good movie. I enjoyed the movie, but they assume everyone that goes to see that movie knows the game, but at the same time, knows nothing about the game. So it takes place. So the Assassin's Creed games take place in the timeline of whatever, Italy, ancient Egypt, fucking. Right now it's the time of the Vikings. The movie takes place in modern times and has glimpses. So it's like the exact opposite of the game.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
So it's like it takes place in modern times, and then it's like you go back in time here and there to like ancient Spain.
Instead of mostly focusing in ancient Spain and having glimpses of the present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and it's really confusing, and they focus on Abstergo, like, to the point that the movie was so confusing that I don't remember what the story was about.
I don't remember it all. Yeah.
I don't remember what the story. I just remember that there was assassins. They went to Spain at some point. What's the chick that was Talia al Ghul in fucking?
I know who you're
Dark
talking
Knight.
about, but I don't know her name. She was also in Inception.
Oh God. Her.
Yeah, her.
She's in it. She works for Abstergo. But like, it's just so like, it's so confusing that I can't remember the story, and that's my fear for Metal Gear because like they want to try to shove so much into it that it's just going to become confusing.
And that's the thing. How do you cut like what's the quickest you can beat that game in? Like 7-8 hours?
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours? How do you dwindle that down to like, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours?
2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
A lot of it is gameplay though.
Yeah,
You can
and,
like
and just
Yeah.
over communication dialogue.
that too.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could cut
They
it.
could cut it.
They
So
could
like
cut
basically,
it.
so I think what you would need is obviously you need the landing, the helipad where the hindy is.
The introduction.
Yeah, the initial
absolutely.
introduction.
Absolutely.
And at that point, he's trying to get to the DARPA chief, or is he
DARPA
trying
chief?
to trying to get to the DARPA chief?
They should do it like anime storytelling, like if you do it in that anime style, but within cinematic.
Cinematically,
Yeah,
kind of like what the Matrix did.
yeah, because it's the storyline is like anime style.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that would work.
Well, because you gotta establish. Well, I was gonna say you have to establish each
The way they would
member
tell,
of Foxhound.
or how they would tell the story,
Well,
like
they could-
maybe in the fights, like as the fight's going on, you know, and
Yeah, you
kind
see
of how
flashbacks. They get the power of flashbacks.
You don't want to do too much.
Yeah,
flashback.
yeah.
No,
you
but-
want to avoid that.
What I'm thinking, what they could do, because like, okay, so what Metal Gear does usually is that you meet somebody, and then Snake hides and then they tell you their entire backstory. Then you go into the fight.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Well, what they could do is they could do some kind of combat thing where, like,
Well, why
like
the
you said,
fight?
in the
Yeah.
fight's going on, he has somebody in his ear telling you this is who this person is, and this is.
Or
kind of
it's
thing.
just, or while he's doing the fight, it's a flashback to the briefing
Or yeah, something like that. Yeah.
of this, like what you're gonna get into, or you know, or maybe
I don't know.
it'll be hard.
But see, and this is all assuming they're doing Shadow Moses,
Right. Right.
because that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else. I mean, they'd either have to start at Shadow Moses or they'd have to start at Snake Eater.
Well, my biggest concern is going to be that it's going to be his version of the adaptation. It's not going to be like a true representation of the game.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to have to be as well. But oh shit. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back after a quick word from our sponsors. Hey guys, really quick, just want to take a quick break to talk about Anchor. This is the app we're using to create this podcast right now. If you've ever thought about starting your own podcast, Anchor FM is awesome. When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had millions of questions. We had no idea how to do it. How to record an episode? It was a struggle. How do you find background music? We still don't have background music, but Anchor FM lets us do that. We just don't use it. How do I get my show posted? How do I get it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, all the other places people listen? Where do I find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcasts. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. My favorite thing is that everything is done in the app. You record, you edit, you post, everything's just right there. You know, when I'm not around, G-Roll's able to do it. And you know, how easy is it?
It's easy.
There you go. So anchor.fm/start. Get your own podcast. If you're not doing it, you're wrong. Let's start.
And we're back?
Oh, yeah. And we're back.
All right, we're talking about some
talking about PS5
Cinco
issues.
Yeah.
Cinco issues.
white people problem, or was it first world
First
problems?
world
First world
problems,
problems,
yes.
yeah, PS5 issues. So I picked mine up after work, went home, set it all up, and then hopped right into Spider-Man. And 10 minutes in, It crashed.
Yeah. No, it crashed on me bad on Spider-Man. Like, I had the headphones in and it just was going. It just got so loud and I was like, fuck, I had to take that shit out. Like, yeah, I did. I had to fucking, like, all dramatic, like, fuck. Like,
Imagine that, just, oh, shit.
yeah, it was. It was so bad. It was like when I was fighting it was like that last, I think, part of that fight with the Rhino and
Oh,
Miles.
yeah, like the opening mission, yeah.
Yeah, and then, like,
Yeah.
that shit just crashed.
It was actually, that first fight
Yeah.
is when I crashed like 10 minutes in. And
Really?
It just crashed. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. This is how we're starting the PS5? Alright. And then I had no issues for the rest of the game. But then when I played New Game Plus, since I was like basically just trying to complete the game to get the trophy,
Yeah.
I was speeding through everything. I was going so fast through the city, just doing straight story modes.
Yeah.
I think I was going too fast for the game. The frame rate went to fucking 0.
Were you playing it on the what are they called?
Performance or
cinematic or
cinematic?
performance?
I don't know. I didn't know that there was.
The
default is
probably
cinematic.
Okay, then I had it cinematic because I didn't change it.
Okay, so
Yeah,
because
so the
there's-
cinematic, and that's the 4K
it's
Ultra.
30, yeah, it's-
With
Ray
all the cool
tracing, all that.
reflections.
yeah, but it's only 30 frames a second.
And then there's performance mode that comes 60 FPS. It plays in 1440p.
but it turns off ray tracing.
Yeah.
Okay,
It still
so-
looks gorgeous,
Yeah.
but it turns off ray, so the reflections aren't as crisp.
So that's probably why it worked in my first playthrough because I was taking it slow and just enjoying the game, enjoying the scenery. And my New Game Plus playthrough, I was
Yeah.
just speeding through the city, and it's like we can't keep up.
So you played through the whole time. So my first playthrough, I wore the Spider-Verse costume the entire time.
I wore that for about 3/4 of the
Oh yeah, I
game,
should say 3/4. Yeah.
the Spider-Verse costume, and then I switched to the 2099. Is that the one with the hood and like the glowing eyes?
Yes.
2099.
Yes.
I switched to that because that just looked dope, and then I wore that for the rest of the New Game Plus.
I switched to the Miles 2020.
Okay.
The LED
Oh,
mask.
the Daft Punk mask.
Yeah.
That one was dope. I played at that one for a little bit.
Because I thought the jacket was badass and I loved the mask. So I
Yeah.
was like, that was. Well, see, no, and then I had what was the other one? The one that has the urban camo. The end. He's got urban camo pants, like the red and black camo.
Oh yes. Okay, I know.
So I switched to that one and like for a little bit, and then I unlocked the Miles 2020. I was like, all right, that's my new
That's
one.
the winner. That's
Yeah.
the winner. That one did look dope, but I couldn't get over the 2099 mask.
Yeah, that was badass
That one
too.
is so cool. Oh, because also like I love Spider Gwen,
Mhm.
so that looks a lot like Spider
Yeah,
Gwen.
for the hood and everything. Yeah.
And so when I was playing through that, I posted on my Twitter. I was like, now I'm just dying for a Spider Gwen game.
That is rumored now.
Is it really?
So
Please.
there was one of the developers. They were talking to him and it's like, okay, well now you guys are doing Miles Morales.
Yeah.
What are the chances we're gonna get Spider Gwen, Spider Punk, Spider Pig, and and they said that
It's gonna be
they
like
are
Goat
open.
Simulator, but a pig.
Hey, I wouldn't mind a Spider-Verse game where you get to choose which
That would
Spider-Man
be
you
badass,
play.
yeah.
That would be dope.
But they said they're fully open. They are talking. They're in
So they
talks.
could do a, fucking Marvel's Avengers.
But Spider Man.
Yeah, or it's the Ultimate Alliance, like Ultimate Alliance, but just all Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like,
All the Spider-Man.
They should just stay away from Marvel's Avenger. That whole model.
no, I mean the Ultimate Alliance. Though.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that's how Avengers was gonna be.
That's what I was.
That's how it
anticipating as
seemed
well.
like it was gonna be, where it's like you pick your crew and you go out and do missions with your crew that you built, and
You pick your
use
abilities
their outfits
and-
that have
Have
their
you played
abilities.
Avengers?
It's like RPG.
No, but I've been hearing mixed reviews.
Initially, I liked it. I was enjoying the story in the beginning. I was like, okay, this is cool. And then all of a sudden, it got to the point where it's just like where it basically forces you into multiplayer.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And it's like no, like. So I finished the mission. I got it because like you have to finish the intro story. Then like you get into like where it's like okay, you can go this way or this way depending on like what story. What do you want to do? This part of the story first, or you want to go this way? Do you want to do Iron Man? But then it's like okay, well, you need a team.
Yeah.
It's like, well, can I just pick my team? It's like, yeah, you can pick your. So you pick your team, and then it's like, do you want to go online? It's like, no, I don't want to go online.
Yeah.
And it's like, so then it backs you out of the mission launch when you
Yeah.
say no. So then it's like, okay, well, you set up your team again. And it's like, okay, launch mission. Then it brings up, do you want to add other? Like, do you want to start? What's it called? Why am I going blank on it right now?
Matchmaking.
Matchmaking, thank you. I have just enough booze in my system that works. Do you want to start matchmaking? It's like, no, I don't want to start matchmaking. I just want to play this mission on my own.
Yeah.
Okay, well, go back and pick your character.
I just did.
Yeah. So it's like, so then I went back and said, because at that point, the only two characters I have unlocked is the Hulk and Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
So I had Miss Marvel selected. So I was like, okay, well, let me go back and pick the Hulk. So I went back, changed up my characters, went back, and it was like, you want to start matchmaking? No. And as soon as I hit no, it just kicks me back out to the mission play. It's like, fuck you, game. And that's it.
Yeah, see, I'm a very story driven player.
Yeah,
so
same here.
I'm in it for the stories. Multiplayer is always a secondary thing for me.
Yeah.
Unless it's a game that's like based on multiplayer, like for instance, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
The remake or the reboot.
Yeah.
Is so good. It's
Yeah.
so much fun, and I mean, granted, the campaign I fully enjoyed. The story was actually good.
Yeah.
But I'm playing it for the multiplayer. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
exactly. Same like a Call of Duty. If you're buying a Call of Duty, yeah, like Black Ops, I'm enjoying the campaign
Ops?
right now. But
Cold War?
like you get it, yeah, Cold War. Sorry.
War, yeah.
It's Black Ops Cold War. But
It's Black Ops Cold War.
It's Black Ops Cold War. It's Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War.
There's so many like Call of Duties.
I know.
So many names. And
It's
the
Call of
same
Duty,
thing.
Black Ops 3, Warfare 2, Cold War.
Yeah.
But yeah, you buy those games for the multiplayer. You're not buying it for the campaign.
Absolutely.
The campaign, you're in and out. And the campaign's good so far, but
And every now and then you get that one game where like the campaign sucks but the multiplayer is amazing, but you
Yeah.
bought it for the campaign. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I was living with a guy at one time, and he had bought the game and he was playing through it, and I've never been into Assassin's Creed. I tried playing 1 and 2, and I was like, this isn't for me.
yeah.
But I was watching him play the multiplayer in Brotherhood. I was like, this is amazing. And I started playing it. I was freaking hooked. I would like go to college, I'd come home, and I'd start playing it, and I'd stay up late, I'd be playing it, and Brotherhood was
and the one, what was the one right after?
one of the best multiplayers I've ever played.
Was it 3? No, what was the one right after Brotherhood?
I don't remember.
Because those two
Was
had
it
the
Unity?
best. No, it wasn't Unity.
I honestly, like, again, I'm not a big Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed guy, so I
Wasn't
didn't follow
3 the
like,
first one with multiplayer?
No, Brotherhood was.
Was Brotherhood the first?
Brotherhood was the first one. Because it was Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and... No, so it was Brotherhood and then Revelations.
They should have kept with their strengths, because if that was their first
you sure?
multiplayer, they nailed
Yeah.
it.
Let me see.
Because I don't think I ever played Brotherhood.
Oh, the
Brotherhood
Brotherhood multiplayer is
is- yeah.
the best. It was so good. I still compare Brotherhood to
Oh,
other
wait, which
multiplayer
ones?
games.
3
First
is the...
Assassin's Creed multiplayer. Yeah, Brotherhood. Brotherhood is the second, because remember there was 1, and then part 2 was Ezio. Then there was Brotherhood, and then there was Revelations. Those were the 3 Ezio
The
games.
3 Ezio? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Brotherhood was the second Ezio game.
Okay.
Yeah, and what my favorite thing about that multiplayer was it wasn't run and gun. It wasn't just run around and fucking kill everybody. It was how you got the kill, how long you stalked them, how you did all the fucking...
It's all of that, and then when you get into first place, it's not running from one person. It's running from
every...
3.
Yes.
Like at least 3.
Yeah.
You got to be on the run. You got to do trick jumps. You got to like be good at parkour.
Yeah.
I will never forget this one time I got to first place, and I was in full panic mode. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in first place. I was, hopping across rooftop, jumping off everything. The countdown was going down, and I was so close to winning. I was running down this one rooftop, hopping from place to place, and then I did the huge dive into the haystack.
Yeah.
And I just hid there, and nobody could find me. And I
Nice.
saw them swarming the haystack because they're like scenting me, and like, we know he's here.
Yeah.
Clock ran out. I was like, this is the only time I ever got first place. I was like, yes.
I had a couple first place wins in that game. In Revelations, they added more... Because you had skills in that one, but in Revelations, they added more skills. And one of the skill... Wait, was it Brotherhood that had the Jester, or was it Revelations that had the Jester?
Brotherhood of the Jester, I think.
Okay, then it was
That sounds familiar.
I have... Yeah, it is Brotherhood. 'Cause I have one of the dragon box, and when you put the key in and open it, the Jester pops up. You got the 2 knives.
That doesn't sound familiar.
I have to look now. But one of the skills that I used to use was they had a decoy skill. So, I would use 2 skills. So you would blend into a crowd, and
I
then
love that bringing the crowd into the multiplayer.
Yeah.
It was actually. I can't believe that they got that mechanic to work. I
Yes.
thought it would be so faulty.
Well, yeah. Well, but I love it worked so well. The fact that they just populated the entire city with just however many characters.
But getting a PC to act like an NPC, that seems like an impossible
Yeah,
task.
yeah, that's
and
true.
They did it so
They did
well
it so
somehow.
well.
I got that's
That decoy.
they deserve kudos for that.
Yeah.
That design was incredible.
And the thing I loved about that too was it added to the story of Abstergo because at that point in the game, Desmond dies in the 3rd one.
Yeah.
But at that point in the game, Abstergo already knows they're losing because Desmond has escaped in the 1st one. He escaped Abstergo. So, but they don't. But they have the DNA strands, so they're taking the memories based off just the DNA strands now, not from the person anymore. And so what the multiplayer was it was a game, but you had it was almost like
And the current Assassin's Creeds, are they still referencing Abstergo and all that? Or is
yeah.
it just
It's still you're still going into the Animus. You're still Abstergo right now. You're playing
Are
as
you still ever not in do you ever go back to present?
Yeah. So you played Odyssey, didn't you?
I didn't play enough of it to actually get out of it.
So
I remember seeing like you're an architect or something.
Yeah, you're one of the people.
time.
You're one of the people that helped build one of the Animuses, the Animi, and the Animes, and but she came up with a better version of it that Abstergo refused. So she built it herself. She went to Egypt, found Bayek's tomb, and got the DNA from Bayek and entered it into the Animus, and that's why she's going through Bayek's lives. And then she also finds his wife's, I forget her name right now. But then there's points in the game where you leave the Animus and you go around the temple and
Get
find
the DNA.
things. Yeah, to get the DNA. Then you
jerk
get
off for money.
jerk out the corpse.
This is the only way I know how to get DNA.
That's the name of the episode, jerking off a corpse.
So I was talking to my buddy who has his own podcast, and one day we were hanging out, catching up, talking and stuff, and I had mentioned your guys' podcast if I start. And so he's like, oh yeah, what are they on? I'm like, oh, you can find them on Spotify, super easy.
Yeah.
So he goes to look it up. It was so funny. He's sitting there and I went on to a different tangent. I started talking about something else. He just looks up at me and he's like, blood and cum? I'm like, so here's the thing. They talk about anything. It's no holds barred. There's no editing. It's whatever. And what they do is they take the most outlandish thing they say, and they're like, "That's the episode for the week." That's the name of the episode. That's the name of the episode.
Oh god. And so what was it? When did we do the 3-hour episode? There was not last week, the week before.
That was the last time he was here, wasn't it? No.
We did a 2.5 hour
Yeah.
episode when I was here last.
No, 2 weeks ago we did a 3-hour episode.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's long.
We were just
really long.
We were just
2 hours.
Was that
long
with
for you guys.
Ruben and his friend?
It wasn't that long, was it?
Yeah, it was 3 hours. It was it was 2 hours and 56 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah.
Is that with ads or without ads?
That's with ads.
Yeah, but
Okay,
the ads
so
aren't that
so
long.
The ads are like a minute long.
It's not like they're a half hour long.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's putting a 30-minute ad. I don't listen to the show. I'm sorry.
I couldn't think of it. I couldn't think of it. I was trying to think back and I was like, we didn't come up with anything, so I just called it Lengthy and Girthy.
Yeah.
That was the name of the episode.
Because there was so much that we did on that.
Yeah, it was just we kept going. But what was I gonna say? Something about Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I derailed you.
No worries. No, because the way they tied it in with the multiplayer, so they had the DNA, but they didn't have someone to go into the Animus, so they made the Animus into game consoles, and you were a game tester. That's what the story of the multiplayer was. You were a game tester, and
Interesting.
the more you leveled up, you unlocked bits. Because as you're playing, you had a assassin agent hack your rig and Abstergo's using you, and we'll give you the truth. And as you leveled up, you got these little
So they tried to give a story to the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it just added to the whole assassin Abstergo war. It was more of the and like even when you
I
first
kind of like that though. It's like another level of immersion.
yeah,
I like that.
It really was because like yeah, you're playing yeah, you're playing a game, so it kind of broke the fourth wall. It's like you're playing
Absolutely.
this game for Abstergo. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
So it was a cool
You
thing.
as the player feel like Abstergo is like recruiting you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my favorite thing though was like I would blend, and then the skill that I had was it would turn two of the other NPCs into my character,
Nice.
and then I had the other
So
one.
you could literally blend with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second skill I had was called the decoy skill. Is it would just make one of the NPCs that looked like you run. So it just
So
I
you
don't
go
know.
to chase that person and said, "That's cool."
Out of nowhere, it would just
I like
sprint.
that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Those were the two skills that got me through so many times in the game.
I could see why.
Yeah.
Damn.
It didn't always work, but
Of course not.
9 times
Because they expect it.
yeah, but 9 times out of 10 or what I would do too, I would find a hay bale and I would go and blend into a crowd so that I'd have two NPCs there that looked like me. Then I'd hide in the hay bale. Then I hit decoy, and so they're looking for the NPCs in the crowds. And then all of a sudden, one of them starts sprinting, and I'm just chilling in the hay bale.
That's how you do it.
What was the last time they had a multiplayer? What was the last time they had it?
3.
For 3?
Yeah,
Oh, did they get rid of the multiplayer?
they got rid of the multiplayer.
Why? They did such a good job with it.
I agree.
The player base wasn't very.
Yeah, I think because
Oh, that's a
wasn't
shame,
big enough
'cause
for them
it's
to
really
worry about
good
it.
multiplayer.
Especially now because especially now with them, the Assassin's Creed games have been kind of expanded to a degree where they're almost like Witcher games.
yeah, they're
Like,
huge now.
like imagine The Witcher 3, if you've played it.
Have you played The Witcher?
No.
I own all the games. I haven't played a single one.
You're missing out.
This is what Steam does to me. I own all these games. I just never touch them.
The Witcher 3 it's one of those games where like I spent hours just playing Gwent.
I hear
Play a
that
card game.
so much. And they came out the Gwent game, and
Yeah.
they're like, "No, I'm just gonna go play Witcher 3."
You know what? I tried playing. I had it on my phone for a while, and I even had it on PS3 or PS4. I mean, and I was playing it for a while, but it's better in the game.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's what I hear. So
Yeah.
people were just like, "Oh yeah, you came out with the Gwent game. That's fine, everything." But I'm actually gonna go play Gwent in Witcher 3.
Because you already got all the cards. You don't gotta go buy packs. You don't gotta do all that.
Exactly. Exactly.
That becomes because like as you start playing Gwent, especially when you lose, because there's a mission to go like hunt these high class Gwent players, and when you beat them, they give you their best card.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's like you start losing a couple rounds, like fuck, let me go find this guy.
Yeah. Fantastic.
It's like the second season of Yu-Gi-Oh.
So what was this bad news that you were going to bring up before Metal Gear?
Oh,
We were gonna continue that.
we
Metal Gear.
got to get back on Metal Gear too. So the bad news I was going to bring up. So I know.
We'll get around to it.
I know. We're all like we've all subscribed to this to this.
Pornhub?
Quibli.
Nobody's
Subscribe. That
subscribed.
shit's free.
I know.
Quibi is officially dead.
What's Quibli?
What's Quibli?
Quibi was supposed to be the next YouTube.
Hold up. Half the people here said, "What's Quibli?" R.I.P. Moment of silence, please.
This is why Quibi is dead. So I don't know if you guys remember the Super Bowl last year. There was all kinds of commercials for this thing called Quibi,
Really?
and it was like, it was one the one commercial I remember was like the guy getting into a taxi. He was like, "How fast can you get me to so and so?" "Oh, I can get you there in a Quibi." I was like, "What the hell is a Quibi?"
Yeah.
And it was like, so Quibi, what it was.
Okay, I remember that
If
commercial.
you remember that commercial? Okay. So if you took YouTube and Netflix and they had this unholy abomination of a child, so they were short movies that like they were movies, full on movies, but they were only 10 minutes long.
I don't know, man. YouFlix sounds like an amateur porn site.
That's the name of the episode. YouFlix.
Yes, I did it.
Oh god.
It's where you put all the porn drafts before you put it on Pornhub.
Exactly.
Oh,
Let's see what it, like what our ratings are before you submit it to Pornhub.
Yeah.
No, YouFlix are only masturbation videos.
They really are. Let me bust out my toys. Show off my collection.
Oh god. But they had full on series. So Quibi had what's fucking Thor's brother's name?
Loki.
The real name? Or?
Chris Hemsworth's brother, Liam Hemsworth. Oh shit!
I was like, Pete, I'm disappointed.
I know.
in you.
How could you not know that? Liam Hemsworth had like a series on Quibli. There was a couple like actors along his range that
He had a series.
he had like it was like almost like the Bourne.
He was the star of it.
He had a
Yeah.
fake ass series on Quibli.
But now Quibli is officially dead. They just released an update and like a whole bunch of like new series, and then they're like, yeah, we're done.
Was it their going out of business update?
Apparently, yeah, so they shut down. Apparently, they're losing like
Everything must go.
they're losing a couple $1 billion on it.
Billions.
Yeah. So, yeah, but Quibli is officially dead. So I know it's a hard hit to hear.
Yeah. I'm devastated.
Oh shit! You said something right now. Oh, speaking of Loki, so Loki is gonna be releasing on Disney Plus sometime next year.
Talking about the show?
The series, yes.
Both
that
Loki
series.
and Winter Soldier and Falcon are going to be releasing in 2021.
Yes.
Yeah.
When's Wanda?
WandaVision comes out.
And so I don't think there's an official date yet. It's still slated as December 2020. But what I think is going to happen is Mandalorian, if they do the 8-episode season like they did last season, Mandalorian's going to end December 18th. So
Yeah.
I think WandaVision's going to premiere on Christmas.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I never watched the last episode. I
Because,
found
December 18th will be the last episode.
Is it going to be an 8-episode season, or they haven't
so
disclosed?
unconfirmed, but I'm assuming it's going to be another 8-episode season. So which means we have 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the last episode,
Fire, huh?
I've seen the last episode.
It was good, huh?
Piece of shit.
Yeah, no.
so I was expecting like after episode 5, like we were just like, okay,
gonna
we're
take
gonna take a step back, we're gonna calm down. Oh no, they freaking continued the. It's so good. It's not as good as 5. Episode 5 was
Yeah,
the best episode Mandalorian's had so far.
yeah.
I don't know.
But-
I like this episode more than 5.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't too.
I might be a little biased because of who was in episode 5.
I like
but
4. 4 was the one where he fucking he went back with Apollo Creed, right?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Yeah,
Four's
I like
one,
that one a lot.
4 made me mad because it was
I like
a filler episode.
I liked it. I liked
Because 3 was like, hey, name drop of somebody
see-
you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're gonna get it. Episode 4 is like, no.
Yeah.
was good.
You gotta fix
I
your
like
shit
5,
first.
but that old lady fight at the end, like I wasn't a fan of that old lady.
Yeah,
fight
that
at the
fight
end.
was kind of. It was a little.
In episode 5?
Yeah,
Or-
the-
yeah.
The final fight between.
I see episode 5 and I think Hoth.
between
in the Jedi episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about
they
the
fought, like,
Beskar
it
spear
was like
versus
two
the
old ladies.
sabers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that fight, if only for when the chick with the Beskar spear knocked out her saber.
yeah.
And she went into the one, and she changed stance from this to backward stance. I
Yeah,
was like,
that was cool.
Oh,
I
girl,
did
you're
like
done.
That. I did like that.
You
yeah.
are done.
Because it's a throwback to the Clone Wars
Absolutely. Clone Wars and Rebels.
and Rebels. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, but it was like just
because-
two old ladies going at it.
Yeah, I just think I agree with Michael.
Yeah,
the
the
choreography
choreography
of the
was
fight
kinda-
itself was a little slow paced.
It was, yeah, but I don't
I
think
thought
that
I was
would-
expecting more because like
Yeah, because that's
because
the girl,
Innocent-
the one, the Beskar spear. She's like martial arts royalty. She's
Yeah.
The
Oh,
guy
the
that-
actual
Wasn't
actress?
she in Crouching Tiger? Again?
Oh, that's
Oh, no.
disappointing then.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's a
we
god-
should have had another freaking Darth Maul
She's
fight.
like up there with Bruce Lee or
Yeah,
something.
she's a
up
goddaughter
there.
of Bruce Lee.
Oh, damn it.
And the daughter of. I'm gonna pull her up. Now.
Dan Innocent. Yeah.
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 Okay, I could see the disappointment there because I was like,
I was
they're gonna
expecting-
save the awesome Ahsoka.
I was
fighting
expecting
for
some,
season
like-
now.
Yeah.
Some like quick jabs and fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, you're waiting for some
like,
Crouching
crazy
Tiger,
shit.
Hidden Dragon stuff.
I didn't know who she was, so I was just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's just some knockoff person that's gonna be here for an episode. And
Yeah.
she's gone. I didn't realize she was a freaking martial artist master. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we should have had an awesome fight. What the hell?
Yeah. But I think
Look, she didn't
I
know.
think it might be because of
The action in the bebeginning was sick though.
Yeah, that
when
first-
she was killing people in the fog and shit.
that opening.
so
Yeah, that opening.
force.
Fuck yeah, that was dope.
Well, so and that's another thing. That episode, I didn't think I was like 99.9% sure she was going to show up in that episode.
Yeah, yeah.
She had to.
Yeah.
I didn't think that she was going to show up immediately. I
Yeah,
was like,
like,
oh
that
yeah,
was-
halfway, maybe 3/4 of the episode, we
Yeah.
finally get to see Ahsoka. No, right off the bat, I was like, ooh, here we go.
Yeah, I was thinking that'd be
Even
like the
before
cliffhanger,
Mandalorian.
like
Yeah.
you beat him, you
Yeah.
beat her, you
Yeah.
have like a couple
Yeah,
little
they
conversations,
open the
Ahsoka
fucking-
and then they go on to the
episode.
next
It
thing,
was
the next episode.
amazing.
I thought she looked great too. I think they did a good job with the makeup. And
So the funny thing about that, the whole episode, I was like, what is off about her? Something about her is bugging me. It's
Yeah.
something in the face. I can't figure out what it is. After the episode, I did a side-by-side comparison. Her eyes aren't fucking huge. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it was. I was like, oh yeah, in the animated series, her eyes are huge, but as a real human, her eyes are, relatively
yeah.
smaller. That's what it was.
I thought she did a good job.
I think, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they did a great job. She
and then
looked
just
really
like
good.
Rosario Dawson, like that's the one. It's like how when they talk about doing a live action of Miles Morales, everyone thought Donald Glover should be Miles Morales. It was kind of like that perfect. Like for years, people say Donald Glover should play Miles Morales. Now it's like people have been saying, fucking Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Like
Have
that's
they?
her.
Have they?
When they announced
I
her,
never
I
heard
was
that.
like, I'm totally cool with that because
Yeah.
I loved her.
I've never
in,
heard such a thing.
The Netflix Marvel
Yeah, I've
show.
never
Yeah,
listened to
The
it.
nurse that connected all the characters.
Yeah,
She
the
did
nurse,
great.
yeah.
She did so great.
Gabriel's not a fan of.
I'm not a fan of Rosario.
Oh, really?
There's something that just like annoys me about her. I don't know what. There's no like specific thing that like.
I've always had
There's
a soft
nothing
spot
against
for
her. It's just I just don't.
Yeah,
Whenever I see her on screen, I get annoyed for some reason.
I've always had a soft spot for her because of Clerks 2.
It might be because of Daredevil.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember. I
you
didn't
like
even see
her
Daredevil. I don't like any of the Daredevil movies. So sorry.
I like the third. What was it? No, the second season. I like the second season of Daredevil.
The first and second season were really good. I didn't like the third.
Was there a third?
For Daredevil?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a third.
Yeah.
Is the third one with
Wilson
Punisher?
Fisk comes back.
Oh yeah. Okay. The second one was Punisher.
That one's second season was great.
Yeah.
Second season was phenomenal. I really liked the first season too.
Speaking of Daredevil, Marvel just got the film rights to Daredevil back.
Film rights.
So that's another rumor that I heard is that he's supposed to show up in Spider-Man movies.
He may show up in the Spider-Man movies. To
In
go back to the
Spider-Man
Loki,
movies.
the Loki
And
thing.
Deadpool.
Deadpool is rumored to show up in the Loki series.
Oh really?
Ryan Reynolds has said that
Brian Reynolds.
Brian Reynolds
Ryan Reynolds.
he's kind of dropped. He likes to drop
Yeah.
little teases here.
He's
and
been
there.
doing a lot of shit with Hugh Jackman.
He's always talking with Hugh Jackman. Have you seen that commercial he just did? People are losing their minds over that commercial he did for Match.com.
No. Ryan
Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds.
So there's a commercial. It's Satan on Match.com.
Oh my god.
And okay, have you seen Legend with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry?
No.
Oh, it's a classic. It's one of those ones that I highly recommend if you've never seen it.
Okay.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen it? No, I know you've seen it.
I've never seen that.
I don't.
You're the
remember.
only one here. You're the black sheep.
So this is Tim Curry in Legend.
Okay.
Is he like a goat guy? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, dude, I haven't seen that. Oh, that's a good movie. Yeah,
It's an
fuck
amazing
yeah.
fucking movie.
Yeah, that movie.
Ryan Reynolds is that Satan basically
Okay.
in a Match.com commercial. And he meets some chick. They fall in love, and it's just basically like it's like it's 2020 dating, and
Okay,
so
yeah.
at one point, so in the whole people are losing their. It was an article I read it just because they had Ryan Reynolds in it, but people are losing their minds because apparently I didn't know Ryan Reynolds and his wife are good friends with Taylor Swift, and I guess Taylor Swift's music is there's something going on with her music right now, and she just broke up with some dude named Scooter.
Sure.
I don't know.
From Doug?
Yeah, Scooter Braun.
Oh really?
No, that's Skeeter.
Oh, you're right.
It's short for mosquito.
My apologies.
But so they use one of her songs in this whole thing, and at one point they're taking a selfie in front of a dumpster fire,
Uh-huh.
and next to the dumpster, like I didn't notice it. I watched the commercial because of this article. Then I went back and had to watch it again to find this thing that people are like, "Oh my god, it's such a burn on Scooter."
Uh-huh.
So they take a selfie in front of this dumpster fire, and off in the very edge of the screen is a Razor scooter just dumped over on its side next to the dumpster.
Oh my god.
They're like, "Oh, burn!"
I'm sure that's like one of Ryan's like just stupid. It's just a stupid joke. Like, oh, this is just for us.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is like, oh, what a sick burn. He's like, it was just.
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of funny for myself.
The one thing Ryan Reynolds did do though is because at one point he takes his date to the movies and the theater's completely empty because of COVID, but they're watching X-Men Origins.
Oh, okay.
with the
Deadpool's first
shitty
appearance?
Deadpool, yeah.
Yep.
So let's take another quick break and hopefully we'll get back to some Metal Gear right after this.
I was gonna say the next segue to that.
What's going on, peoples? Pistol Pete Jr. here. Just to remind you one more time to check out Ray's Energy Drinks by Rep Sports. Ray's Energy Drinks. Amazing flavors. Zero sugar, zero dyes, zero crash. None of the junk, none of the bullshit that's in these other energy drinks. They're amazing. I guarantee you're going to love them. Use coupon code TRPS for checkout. Get 15% off your order. Check out repsports.com. REPPSPORTS.com. Again, use coupon code TRPS for 15% off your order and to let them know that we sent you.
Kombucha.
And we're back.
Strong kombucha.
Kombucha? Is kombucha alcoholic?
Yeah, it's like 1%.
So,
Does it really?
Yeah. something like
where did we leave off that we wanted to get back to?
I don't remember.
Because you're like, I don't want to forget that train of thought, and then we forgot
Yeah,
it.
we went off completely. The last I remember we were talking about
that.
what.
We were talking about Quibli for some reason.
No, not quite.
They're talking about the
Yeah, but
Metal
going
why'd
Gear.
back to
you,
Metal
why'd
Gear.
you even bring up Quibli?
It's part of his newsreel.
It was a throwaway story that I was just going to throw in and out. That I didn't mean.
Throwaway story. That
It was-
you,
it was
He's got to
like-
hit his quota of like
The
7
throwaway
stories,
story
and that was the
being
one
the-
easy one that he could just throw in
it
there.
was a throwaways being the first one that you wanted to bring up, though.
Well, it was just something to get
No,
just
you
to
son
get us
of a
going.
bitch. Give me the juicy
Gets the
scoops.
people going.
All right, okay, you know what? Before we get into Metal Gear, do you
The
guys want to talk
juicy
about
scoops.
this Black Panther controversy? Have you heard about this?
No.
What is it?
So, the chick that plays Siri,
Yeah.
she right people are she's being canceled right now.
Oh,
Who plays you?
because she's all like,
Uh,
I'm going to be
she's
the
pro
next
Trump?
Black Panther.
Letitia White, or I don't know how to say her name. It's Letitia.
The sister, little sister
Yeah,
The one that does like the
little-
surgery to get the
Yeah.
crystal
Yeah.
out of.
Yeah.
yeah.
at a vision.
Yeah.
So apparently,
That fails.
she posted something on Twitter
Yeah.
that was anti-vax and anti-trans
And
Oh,
pro-Trump.
no.
and pro-Trump
Hashtag
Wait, she's
count those
anti-vax
votes.
and trans?
and anti-trans.
Hashtag retweet.
Yeah. you
And so
fucked up.
yeah, so
Oh, speaking of trans, are we going to talk about
yes, I have that story too.
Okay, cool.
We'll bring that up. But
And
so
you said anti-trans?
yeah,
What,
and
like,
it's
how?
anti-vax, and in the video, it
How
has
is
like
it
an anti-trans
anti-trans?
message as well.
Like, what does it say?
I didn't see the video.
That's anti-trans.
I don't know, but people are losing their minds over it to the point where people are like, "We need to cancel the next Black Panther movie."
Is she
They don't-
anti-all vax or just anti-corona vax?
She's anti-all vax.
Okay.
And then, but this video specifically was about the coronavirus vaccine.
Oh, okay.
And but no, she's stated she's anti-vax. So people are tweeting and all over the place about cancel Black Panther 2, and she's just liking and retweeting all of those cancel Black Panther 2s. And so people are like, this chick has lost her
So
goddamn
she's
mind.
like feeding into
Yeah,
the chaos.
and
yeah.
even
well, she's young, so she's probably like, she probably has that troll mentality.
yeah.
she
so,
might,
like-
yeah.
And she's just fucking.
Yeah.
Like,
And so freaking
I hate how, like, people think that they could just get people fired just because they don't like the way they think.
yeah.
Like, they want to get people, like Gina Carano, they want to get
They
her
wanna
on
get-
that
yeah.
They
line.
did the same
But why?
freaking
Like,
thing.
why?
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, what does it matter what a person thinks?
They don't want to support a person that thinks that way. Is what the whole
Like-
thing is. But so even Don Cheadle,
Motherfuckers
he
still
he
listening to R.
posted.
Kelly. And you want to bitch about Gina Carano and this girl who, like, political point of views.
Please tell me still have this picture.
I still listen to R. Kelly.
Still listen to R. Kelly. You know what? I can't say I don't listen to R. Kelly as well. No shit, I don't have.
Too many bangers.
Yeah, too many.
No, right?
That's really dope. That is really dope.
It's a Metal Gear backpack. No, and there's also a watch. And
That's sick.
it comes in that box.
Just telling you that's what he wants for
That's
Christmas.
No, damn it, I don't have this picture anymore.
Guys, write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Don't forget.
Watch, backpack, hat combo. All right. you could decide about
If it doesn't come in the box,
There was a picture. It was someone just holding up someone. It was like a McDonald's. And it said hot and spicy McChicken on it.
I saw you post that.
And
Yeah.
it says this is a remix edition, the remixed edition, hot and spicy McChicken. It says underneath that it says, "Mama said we ain't stopping there. We got food in the kitchen." Yeah, I couldn't help it. You got to sing that song. But yeah, so this chick, even Don Cheadle, he retweeted her tweet and just put, I guess he would just put Violet Tita, like.
Oh no!
Yeah.
He like solidified it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What a piece of shit. Why did he?
Yeah, Don Cheadle's like, so you're gone.
He's selling out
Bye.
his own. He's selling out his own.
Hey, it's like my job is more secure if you're. I'll be the next Black Panther now.
Yeah.
You're going the way of Terrence Howard. Goodbye. And if anybody can say that, it's Don Cheadle.
That's fucking hilarious.
So to continue on this, the trans thing.
He's like, I got Howard fired. Holy
So,
shit.
Ellen Page is no
I'm
longer.
still trying to
Ellen
get my.
Page.
Elliot Page. now,
Elliot
right?
Page.
Yep.
Oh, she got a sex change?
She is.
Yeah.
Well, no,
he
not
is-
Or
a
she's
he
just-
is, no,
It's,
he's transgender.
He came out as transgender, and the
Ellen
pronouns.
Page?
Yeah.
Elliot
Oh.
Page.
Elliot Page.
prefers
Okay.
it's
He. Wait.
it's he them.
He,
or
they.
He they.
Yeah.
Yeah. He they.
So, and so this is what was posted. Hi friends, I want to share with you that I am trans. My pronouns are he, they, and my name is Elliot. I feel lucky to be writing this, to be here, to have arrived at this place in my life. I feel overwhelming gratitude for the incredible people who have supported me along this journey. I can't begin to express how remarkable it feels to finally love who I am, to pursue my authentic self. I've been endlessly inspired by so many in the trans community. Thank you for your courage, your generosity, and ceaselessly working to make this world a more inclusive and compassionate place. I will offer whatever support I can and continue to strive for a more loving and equal society. So that was his coming out post.
So my first reaction to that, when I saw that, I literally had to go look up Elliot Page because I was like,
I did the same thing.
that was his name all along, right? And then I was like, oh wait, no,
Yeah.
it was Ellen Page.
Ellen Page.
Yeah.
And
You know, she was in the first season of Trailer Park Boys.
is she really?
She was Ricky's daughter. She's Ricky's daughter.
I have to go back and watch it. I think I've only seen the first season of Trailer Park Boys.
Really?
And then after, like, right after that announcement happened, people were saying, it's like, oh, so are your,
Oh, no,
like,
nothing.
they immediately, like, they were saying, like, oh, are
You
your
guys want a
character...
tamale?
I'll get one afterwards. I'm good right now. Thank you.
The internet or somebody was like, oh, are your characters, he, they now, and somebody had to like actually like either write an article or like respond directly to like the people who were like criticizing, and they're like, no, when Elliot Page back then was Ellen Page was playing Juno, the
Yeah.
actor was playing a woman.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what they're how they identify. The actor was playing a character that was a woman.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's what right now the controversy right now is because he stars as a female character in Umbrella Academy on Netflix.
and that's fine.
Yeah, and that's going to continue. He's not losing his role. He's going to continue as that female character in Umbrella Academy.
Well, and a really good point that the article brought up was it's like okay, so now that Elliot Page identifies as a he they,
Mhm.
are you saying that you have a problem with a man portraying a woman? Because that's hypocritical. Because look at the U.S. history, or even like British history, we had men playing women in plays
Yeah.
for many decades.
Yeah,
like
I
this
mean-
is not a thing that is like foreign to us. This is like part of our past,
Yeah,
our culture.
most plays throughout like Japanese history, American history, British, they all had males playing female characters.
Absolutely, this is nothing new.
It's nothing
so
new, yeah.
why should it be an issue?
Yeah.
It's not.
It's just the only reason it's news is because he's a high profile individual
Mhm.
and still in the spotlight. So
Right. Yeah, but I mean, like, we should appreciate.
You should appreciate it, no, definitely.
That he is found where he's comfortable in his gender, and yeah, we should appreciate that.
Exactly.
I'm happy that he was able to come out and be comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's not going to affect the movie roles. It's not going to affect. It doesn't affect the previous movie roles.
Right.
And
I have a lot of friends who have gone through that struggle.
Mhm.
It's obviously it's not about me, but like I feel good to support them, and that me feeling good to support them comes from me being so happy that they were comfortable enough to find themselves.
Yeah.
Finally, they're finally comfortable with their sexuality.
we was it the second year of the show when Glitch was on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one of our hosts, Glitch, was a pre-op transsexual.
Okay.
Going female to male.
Okay.
We lost contact. We haven't spoken in years, but I believe they completed the transition. Completed. Not sure.
Well, good for them.
That's why they picked the name Glitch. Though.
That's cool, though. I like that.
Just see here.
How's that, Jamal?
I've always liked name Glitch.
That's a good name, right?
That's the story that I'm writing. I want to name it Infinity Glitch for multiple reasons,
Yeah.
but Glitch is part of it because I've always loved the word.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's one of it's always been one of my favorite features in games and stuff like that. Just finding those glitches, that's why I love the Spider-Man thing so much.
Mhm.
Like those little things that.
Specifically the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
the way that their bodies
Yeah.
convulse and stuff. Yeah, that was amazing.
That's why I love that it wasn't the visor. It was the suit mod. When they would change the animation style to the Spider-Verse style in Spider-Man and Miles Morales in the game. The suit mod.
Yeah.
Well, it would make the animation style like.
Oh, it would make the animation, but it wouldn't have
No,
the
they didn't have-
glitches.
they didn't have the glitch,
But
no,
no,
but-
that was such a nice touch.
Yeah.
That was such a nice touch. I immediately fell in love with the suit because of that. Even though
Yeah.
you could add it to any suit, but
Yeah.
I was like,
It-
specifically that suit.
Yeah, it looked okay on the other suits, but it looked the best.
I kept it with all the other suits.
Me too.
I kept it, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the comic punches, like the
Yeah,
pow.
yeah.
Like, how could you not? Call me your baby, hi baby.
Oh, the McRib is back.
So vicious.
Who gives a shit about the McRib? Ever since they found out there was baby teeth in there.
What?
Those
Cyber-
things remind me of the microwave dinners that you get, where it was
Yeah.
microwave
The Hungry Man,
ribs,
yeah.
and it was
You know-
just meat
It's like a
in the
meatloaf.
shape. Yeah, it's just like a meatloaf
Into a
where it
rib
has
shape, yeah. You know
ridges
what?
on it or something.
Honestly, if
Fake grill marks.
Yeah.
when it comes to rib sandwiches, if you ever go to AMPM and get their rib sandwich, it's better than the McRib, in my opinion.
You think so?
I
But
think
it's,
so.
they're both
Yeah.
trash foods.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
They're both trash foods.
Yeah, I don't know how you can go to gas stations and buy food.
I hate the way this article words this, but because it's not Cyberpunk 2077, but Cyberpunk 2077 says multiplayer isn't just a mode.
Isn't just a mode.
Yeah. So what they're saying is, CD Projekt Red has made announcements have talked about what their upcoming multiplayer is going to be like, and it's not going to be released with the game originally. It's going to be like what GTA 5 did.
Okay.
Where
Or Red Dead.
they're going to give you the game, or Red Dead, and then the multiplayer will come eventually, and it's going to be a complete standalone. It's going to be very much like GTA 5, where GTA Online, it's not going to be just a mode, just an extra setting on the
Deathmatch or
yeah.
whatever.
It's going to be a full-on its own standalone experience. It's going to be completely separate from the story.
I was
mode.
thinking of something. I was thinking it would be sort of MMO
Ghost of Tsushima.
lightish. where,
That's
like-
That was what I was gonna say. Is it gonna
That's-
be like Ghost of Tsushima Legends?
Or
No,
Destiny.
I was getting more like just in the world you're gonna see other people doing their shit, but like you're not really interacting.
Oh, that would be interesting.
like Demon Souls.
Sort of.
That'd be kind of hard to do because
It would
I
be
mean,
really hard.
yeah, because
It'd
it's
be immersive as fuck. Because it's like, at that point, what separates it from an MMO?
yeah, exactly. And then on top of that too, it's like okay, what helps prevent spoilers? Like if you're coming into an area, and all of a sudden someone's in there already doing a story mission.
Or they're in like a full-on suit even.
Well, it'll probably be like just stuff out on the street.
Sushi.
Yeah.
So like let's say Destiny, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You're out in the common play space.
Yeah.
You can see other players.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start going into like the mission, those people just start kind of going away, getting taken off your screen.
Yeah.
It's just you and your party.
Yeah. But see, they're not specifying exactly what's going to be happening. But the article that I read was they're making it seem they're saying it's going to be something GTA 5-ish, just because the way it was worded.
There's gonna be like raids.
There's going to be raids. There's going to be
heist raids, basically.
Basically, yeah.
There's going to be missions. There's going to be things to do in the multiplayer mode. But they're not specifying. They're saying it's going to be a separate entity. It's not going to come with the game initially. They're still working on it. It's even a separate team working on it. It's not the same. The team that's working on the game right now isn't working on they have their own team. The multiplayer, it's its own thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So I mean, I'm curious to see what they do. I would be okay with them doing something like Ghost, like Legends, and I'd be okay with them doing something like GTA 5, especially if they add.
It'll probably be a mix of those, like Destiny.
Yeah, I can see like a combination. Of
That
the
would
two.
be cool if
Yeah.
it was a mix. Yeah.
Yeah, like-
so it's like kind of its own thing.
Yeah, that's one of the things I wish. I don't know.
There'll probably be like mods you earn
Yeah.
for your fucking shit.
In the multiplayer, yeah. With Ghost, I like the fact that the story modes are limited to 2 players. I mean, I kind of wish sometimes that you could bring more people in.
Well, the other modes do, but
Yeah,
like,
the survival. But
like the story play, it's just two.
Two, yeah.
But yeah, but then it's hard to get a third. Like it's easy to get a second person to do it.
True, yeah.
It's hard to get.
Yeah, when you play the Legends mode,
You guys can't even get
because
me
they have a separate between stories and then they have the survival mode. The story mode you can only go into 2 players only, which is cool. And then like because they're all self-contained in areas of the map, and then like you, for lack of a better word, you warp to different areas. When you finish this chapter of the story, you warp to another area. Like you go through a Tory gate, and then like in between the Tory, that's my favorite part is in between Tory gates, because you go down like again, for lack of a better word, like a corridor, but it's like the environment itself, it fits the story that you're like going through right now. So like the very first mission, they're stealing the hearts from twins throughout Tsushima. And so when you first load into the first mission, there's hearts floating in the sky and they're pulsing and dripping.
Oh, that's cool.
And then when you go through the Tory gate, you're like it's Sushi, come inside.
Come on, Sushi, get out.
But there's like blood you have to wade through, and then the hearts are still just floating in the air.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool aesthetic.
We should wrap it up.
I want to get back to this, but I got some others. Pete, okay, you guys remember? You ever seen Toxic Avenger?
No.
You've never seen, I know you've never seen it. The Toxic Avenger.
No.
There's a company called Troma Films that make terrible cult movies.
Is that the villain to Safe Space and what's that other superhero that they're making?
Which one?
They're making they have 2 superheroes for Marvel, I think, called Safe Space and something else. Ridiculous fucking superheroes.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Is
this.
it that
Yeah, we
new
talked
like
about it.
teen group?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they have.
We talked about this on the show.
I don't think so. I don't know. I thought
I'm
we
sure
did,
we
but
have.
maybe we haven't.
I'm pretty sure we have.
I kind of stay away from comic book news because you guys don't read comics. But no, Troma. It was like there was. I guess they started off as horror films, but they're like horror comedy. The Toxic Avenger is their most famous. The Toxic Avenger was this nerdy guy. He was a janitor at some studio, and he gets dumped into a toxic waste barrel by a bully, and he becomes the Toxic Avenger. His face is all jacked up, and like but he's huge, and he's wearing a tutu, and he uses a mop as his weapon.
Use a mop as a weapon,
Yeah,
but
And-
it's huge.
yeah. And he had a comic book for a while, and so apparently they're remaking it.
So he's like Bane with a mop, kind of fucked up face.
Sushi. Let me see if I can find you a picture of it.
Why are you okay?
So But okay, so this is the Toxic Avenger right here.
Okay.
You described him right.
So they're rebooting this film, and Peter Dinklage is going to star as the Toxic Avenger.
It's too short.
Okay.
It's too short.
Yeah. That's what he looks like in the film itself. He looks like Sloth from Goonies,
He
but
does.
melted.
Straight up does.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So they're rebooting it. There's another movie that they made called Tromeo and Juliet, and it's Romeo and Juliet, but it's in the 80s, and it's just very low budget. And Juliet has nightmares about having sex, and at one point she's dreaming about Tromeo, and he's in like a hot tub, and she gets in the hot tub with him. And the most famous this is the most famous scene from that movie. So he's naked in the hot tub. You can't see that he's naked, but it's implied. And then like the water starts moving as they're making out, and this thing comes out, and it's a giant penis monster. So it's a dick with eyes and teeth.
Hentai or what?
No.
80s was a different time.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a hilarious fucking, like, let me see if I can
It
find
was the
actual.
precursor to the movie Teeth.
Oh god, I forgot about that fucking movie. Have you heard of that
Is
movie?
that the one with the vagina, the teeth and vagina?
Yeah.
Vagina teeth.
Vagina teeth.
Because they live near the power plant.
Remember the Romeo and
There's
Juliet with
the-
John Leguizamo?
That's the penis monster.
Oh my god. Wow.
Remember the Romeo and Juliet with John Leguizamo?
That's coming out of the.
That's the penis monster.
Oh god.
I remember it had
It's funny.
didn't it have Leonardo DiCaprio in it as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was cool- it was kinda
Tromeo
cool.
and Juliet?
Tromeo and Juliet, because it was made by Troma Films. And like,
So dumb.
yeah, and like everything. I think they were based in New Jersey, and every movie ever that they made was all based in New Jersey. Like it was like every movie's in the same neighborhood, in New Jersey.
Did this have a black guy with an afro?
Tromeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's been
Because
so long.
Leonardo DiCaprio was in a Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, no, but this is not the same.
They
no.
were in a modern
That's a-
retelling. It's a
No, I
different
brought
movie.
that up.
Yeah, that was a high budget.
What was that one called?
That was just called Romeo.
That was
and
just
It's
Juliet.
called
Romeo and
Romeo and
Juliet. That's why I was confused.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
this was
wait.
Tromeo.
I
and
thought it was
Juliet.
like Romeo and Juliet, like X or something. You know, like,
Romeo and Juliet DMX.
yeah.
The
Something like
one thing I do remember I liked about that movie was all the guns. How they had like everyone had their own customized, like it was
And
all
they had
within.
cool
Yeah.
cars. It was cool.
Yeah, they had the cars.
You know,
and
it
the
was
guns.
kind of like Fast and Furious before Fast and
It
Furious.
was.
Yeah.
It was.
But the one thing that threw me off about
But
that
it was about
movie,
fucking bitches.
what threw me off about that movie was it was a modern retelling of that movie, but they kept the Shakespearean
language. Yeah.
So it's,
It was. It must have been a challenge for them to write that. Like,
Yeah.
It was
And they were like
interesting how they
talking
did
all
it.
hood and
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
where art thou?
Well, yeah, because they changed
Motherfucker.
it. They changed it to like gang threats.
Yeah.
Is how they modernized that language.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is just how the gangs talk.
Yeah.
This is street lingo.
Yeah.
It's not Shakespearean. It's street lingo.
Extreme lingo, yeah.
It's kind of like Pootie Tang.
Really quick to go back to Fast and the Furious too. The
All right,
Rock,
last one.
The Rock is saying that he doesn't want these series. He doesn't care if the main series dies. He wants to keep the Fast and the Furious movies alive.
I don't care if the main series dies. The rest of y'all can fuck up, but you
fuck
need to
up.
keep Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw. it's its own thing.
Of course, it's all the Rock cares about.
Yeah.
That's what it's a part of.
No, but he said he would like to see other spin-offs for the other characters. He would like to see like Taj and fucking
Yeah.
Roman.
And you can
He's
give
just
that
saying the
bum ass
Fast and
Tyrese one
Furious
if
and
you
them all
want.
together.
Well, apparently they buried the hatchet. Tyrese came out and said that him and The Rock don't have beef anymore.
I don't
Oh,
believe
did
it.
they have beef?
They had beef.
Yeah, they had mad beef.
Because of the whole Hobbs and Shaw thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tyrese had a whole full-on breakdown on YouTube. Like, this is about a family. This movie is family. He was like sobbing on video about how the Fast and the Furious films are about a family and they're a family, and making this spin-off movie without the family is tearing the family apart.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad. Okay, so I guess on that note, we'll go ahead and wrap this up.
Wrap it up, B.
We'll get back to that Metal Gear topic.
I was like, we never got back.
We
to
never
Metal
got
Gear.
back to it.
Hey, I want to remember that tangent. We're gonna go back to that, and we never did.
We'll you know what we'll do is we'll get back to it. I'm next week. I'm gonna listen.
He's gonna remind us next week
and
when you're not here, and we're gonna be like, "Nah, we don't want to talk about that."
I'm gonna save it for the next time he comes.
The Metal Gear news is past. We're done.
Yeah.
The movie's gonna be out. But,
So let's talk speculation before we talk facts.
yeah, exactly, right. This is what we thought was gonna happen. This is what actually happened. But on that note, don't forget to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/TheRealPressStart, on Tweeters at RealPressStart, on Instagram at TheRealPressStart. Like us, rate us, review us anywhere you get your podcasts. Don't forget to check out Rep Sports. That's REPPSPORTS.com. Use coupon code TRPS for 15% off your entire order. On that note, game over. No more questions.